What's up everybody, it is I, Hero and welcome to my Catacombs team building guide. This is a guide on how to build a team that can possibly win you a tournament, a Catacombs tournament. Now I promised you this video if we would get this video right here, the Meta Simplified guide, to 500 likes, and you guys got it to 500 likes. Yay us! But I feel kind of dumb that I set a like goal without setting like a time limit, right? Because if you think about it, there's no more Silph Arena tournaments after this month until the next season, right? So you have like all of those months to get that video to 500 likes. So it was highly likely that it would happen. But you guys did get that video to 500 likes in less than 24 hours. And I think like 1,000 likes in less than, I think, 3 days. So a deal's a deal, we're gonna do this. With all of that said though, please support Silph Arena content. Whether it's mine or PvP Steve's or any other content creator that uploads Silph Arena content, because Silph Arena content is a dying form of content here on YouTube. And all I'm gonna ask you to do is just to hit the like button. That's it guys, a like is free and all it does is just show me that you care about Silph Arena content, that all this effort that I'm putting into this, content isn't wasted, and also it shows the world that you are passionate about Silph. And I know for a fact that you are very passionate, well some of you, right, are very passionate about Silph. I literally feel like I have an angry mob coming after me every time I mention I'm not uploading Silph anymore. It feels like I have a pitchfork crowd all around me. And so the first tournament that we're gonna cover is the Under the Graveyard tournament. It is a Catacombs Cup with only 4 rounds and 1 person swept it. MJ Get It. Alright guys, so this right here is the MJ Get It winning formula, and I really like this team. This team is a great team. I broke it down with the threat list right here. If you're looking for like a clean threat list so that you can do this for your own team, check the comment down below so you don't have to type it out. You could just like copy paste it and work with that. Alright guys, so let me teach you how to read this. What this is a list of threats that you will most likely encounter in the Catacombs Cup. This is just, my list. You can add to my list if you like. If you think that some Pokemon are also threats, you want to make sure that you have coverage for those. Alright guys, so how do you read this? Example, Caracosta right here, okay? You can see this. It has 3 right beside its name. That means that on this team, you have 3 counters to Caracosta. Alright, it's Umbreon, Jumpluff, and Sudowoodo. You got it? That's kind of like, also I organized it from left to right. So if you look at the team, it's like Umbreon, Jumpluff, and Sudowoodo. So it kind of like makes it easier for you to read. Now up top here, we have 1 red, that is Sudowoodo, and that is because we only have 1 counter on this team for Sudowoodo, and that is Jumpluff. So I consider that a red. It should be at least 2 clean counters. Yes, Frostlass can beat Sudowoodo, but you have to bait, so it's not counted, like it's not counted as a clean counter. If you want to simplify your life, simplify your team balancing, I highly suggest that you look into clean counters. Just count those. Don't add the baitable matches, the playable matches to your calculations, because what if you don't get it? It's really better to prepare for the worst and not to expect the best. Okay, prepare for the worst case scenario. Don't expect that you're gonna get the best case scenario every single time. So right here, we only have 1 clean counter to Sudowoodo, and that is Jumpluff. The rest of the team either lose or is a baitable match like Frostlass, or is a mirror match Sudowoodo, and you want to have at least 2 clean counters per Pokemon on this list. So currently, it's an imbalanced team, but I would say that it's pretty good. It's pretty good, especially if you're confident in your Sudowoodo versus Sudowoodo skills, and also your Frostlass versus Sudowoodo skills, which MJ Get It probably has because they swept the tournament, right? So what did I do to make it a balanced team? This is just kind of like a 1 move type fix, but you can kind of like tinker with it, see how you can push this coverage to the next level. But just using 1 move, 1 Pokemon change, right? I added this Venusaur to make it a balanced team. So everything is either a 2 or higher. Plus, you can see that in some areas it got thicker. Green, alright, means an increase in coverage thickness, alright, triple C's. And then the yellow is you lose coverage, but the thing is it's still balanced. It's still at least 2. Alright? You know guys, the situation with the Catacombs Cup is actually pretty difficult because to cover Sudowoodo with 2 Pokemon on your team means that you're most likely gonna have to run the double grass. This is kind of like what a balanced team looks like. It has 2 grass types. You don't have to use Jumpluff and Venusaur. You can actually like look for other grass types, but if you look for the counters for Sudowoodo, basically mostly grass types, and Pokemon like Frostlass, which is like a playable match, you have to land the Shadow Ball. Pokemon like Alolan Graveler, which can do it if you land the Stone Edge. Pokemon like Pinsir. Pinsir's a little bit risky. Some people might like that, you know, close combat gameplay. Other people hate it. And you know, the thing is, guys, these other Pokemon don't even do it. Don't even beat Sudowoodo if Sudowoodo double blocks. So yeah, the grass types, Venusaur, Razor Leafers, they do it even if Sudowoodo double. Well, I mean, with the Razor Leafers, it's not even gonna get a chance to double block, right? So that's my advice, right? Go double grass for this cup. But if you're confident in your Sudowoodo versus Sudowoodo skills, or if you want to run like a softer counter like Frostlass, Alolan Graveler, Pinsir, sure, if you're confident in that, it might work, right? But we're looking for balanced team comps. I'm just giving you like the basics, and you can kind of like build on these ideas. So for this tournament, I think that MJ got it. This is a very good team, I would say, especially if you're confident in your Sudowoodo and your Frostlass versus Sudowoodo skills, then this is a good team, right? With the fix, it's balanced, plus has some nice thickness as well. One thing that I don't like about this balance though is the ice types, right? Right here, you want to assess the 2s, okay? You look at the list, you look at the 2s, and you assess how hard your counters are, alright? So for Snowy Castform and Lapras, Sudo is a very good counter to these Pokemon, but I would say that Umbreon, kind of a softer counter to Snowy Castform. It's quite close, and I think that, you know, you can tweak it to where you have like a little bit more ice coverage, but still balanced. That would kind of like fix everything, because the other 2s, Vespiquen, Sudowoodo, Frostlass, dependable counters. Venusaur, you have Vespiquen. Vespiquen is a very good grass type counter. Jumpluff does it, plus fixes your Sudowoodo. Very dependable as well. Jumpluff, you have Vespiquen, Frostlass, also very dependable counters. Just all very dependable counters, except for Umbreon, really, and Snowy Castform. That's the one kind of like thing that I would change if I were you, but you can copy this team if you like. The next tournament that we're covering, Chumbala Kakumba, which is a 5-round tournament, and 1 person swept it. Rocha Babyface won. Rock Babyface won? Rocha Babyface won. The winning formula is right there on the screen, and this right here is my breakdown. Same problem right there, Sudowoodo, but everything else looking good, I would say. I just don't like this Pokemon right here, Zweilous. I really don't like that Pokemon in this cup, but it is usable. It also kind of feels a little bit like Rocha Babyface here, or Rocka Babyface here is like tempting people to kind of use Vespiquen or Beedrill because you have the double dark setup, right? But has the Alolan Graveler, so that's gonna be like hard countered type situation, right? Because you have Jumpluff, Zweilous, Umbreon, it's kind of like tempting you to bring that Vespiquen, you know, and then BAM! I got rocks! Get rocked to Babyface. I'll stop with the jokes. Alright, how did I fix this? Again, with a 1 Pokemon change type fix. Guys, when you try to fix your teams, by the way, right? When you do like your balancing, you see like your imbalance and stuff. Don't change everything, alright? You're gonna kind of like freak yourself out, especially if you've been practicing with that team. Like change one thing at a time and then test it and like get a feel for it and then, you know, get your mojo going that way. So with a 1 Pokemon fix, I changed Umbreon to Venusaur. Why? Because in the last team, we were talking about like how the ice was kind of like soft countered by Umbreon. I wanted to keep the Alolan Graveler because that is a much harder counter to the grass type. So this, I think, even if it's a 2, you have Sudowoodo Agrav, solid picks, harder counter to Snowy Castform and Lapras, right? So yes, this is a very balanced team and I highly recommend this one. This one, I would say, looks really good. Now guys, if you wanted to improve this team even more, to make it even thicker, I would take out Zweilous right here and I would add Snowy Castform. Obviously, not every body has Snowy Castform, not every place has the Snowy Castform available, hence why I'm not showing you that team. It's just gonna make people feel bad, right? And also to show you that Zweilous works just fine, okay? But if you had the Snowy Castform, you would still cover the Jump Bluff, which is the only two that you need Zweilous for, right? So Zweilous is essential for this team, okay? But with the Snowy Castform, you cover the Jump Bluff, plus you add Vespiquen and Beedrill coverage. It kind of like does the same as Zweilous, plus Vespiquen, Beedrill, plus you kill Zweilous as well, right? So, you know, you add more thickness to this team. But again, Snowy Castform, not available everywhere. So just to summarize for this tournament, I think this is a solid team, good team, has the same problem as the first team that we covered, Sudowoodo, with the fakes. I think this is really good. Like, this is a team that I would use in the tournament. And you would make it even better if you had the Snowy Castform, which here in the tropical Philippines, we don't have it, and so, yeah. And finally, the last team that we're covering, Twitch Tuesdays presents Catacomb with Gucci Gang 69. And guess who won it is Gucci Gang 69. I forgot to mention while I was recording the last clip that it was a 6-round tournament. So this is a big win for Gucci Gang 69. And this is the winning formula right here. Before I show you the breakdown, I want to say that Gucci Gang, Gucci, Gucci Gang, no, I was reading it right, 69, has probably the highest level skill out of all the trainers that we've covered. Why? Because his team, his or her team, is the most imbalanced. Alright, so you got, you know, pretty big holes here, Sudowoodo and Alolan Graveler, and I would say Alolan Graveler and Sudowoodo, of course, right? Very strong picks for the cup. Okay, so this is crazy. One thing I can see that can kind of like turn it around is the Beedrill. The Beedrill can get the kill on the Sudowoodo, I guess, if it's not that great IVs and you land the drill run, right? But I mean, if you saw it coming, if you got jebaited with the X-Scissor, you would probably block it, right? So this person, I really think that for this person to pull up the 6-0 sweep with a very imbalanced team, they gotta be like on point with the predictions and the, you know what I mean, outplaying all the people and stuff and things. So how do we take the Gucci Gang 69 formula and take it to the next level, make it balanced and, you know, a little bit thicker? I actually did 2 moves, but Beedrill will do the thing, alright? If you like your Beedrill, if you can pull off the drill run stuff on the things, then do it. But I really like Vespiquen way more than Beedrill. That is gonna give you way more thickness, and this is actually the biggest gain that I've had like the whole video, right? Not a lot of yellow, so you didn't really lose a lot, you just basically gained. Now the Gucci Gang 69 team, I actually don't recommend to you guys. I really feel that Gucci Gang 69 here pulled it off with pure skill. Pure skill. Yeah, I think that this person is like next level for sure. It's not good to play this if you're just a mere mortal, alright? If you're a god like Gucci Gang 69, you got the pure skill, then go for it if you like the original team. The fixed balance team, I would say, is up there with the second team as the best teams that I've made, like with the balances, alright? Now this is a 2-move thing, so that's probably why, right? But I highly suggest both of those teams, the second team that we fixed and this team that we fixed, for the people looking for balanced teams. Now, I was going to say that if you live in a place with Snowy Castform, as you can see, it has 3 Snowy Castform counters, Lapras, Sudowoodo, and Agrab, right? I was going to recommend it to the people who live in places with Snowy Castforms, but I remembered that, you know, tournaments now are international, so this doesn't really matter. So if, just kind of like assess your, I guess, your group meta. I don't know, like if you're running like I really don't know. If you feel that there's gonna be more Snowy Castform, then run this. If you feel like there's not gonna be a lot, then I suggest the second team, okay? The first team, I feel the Umbreon Snowy Castform, that's, you can't depend on that. And I also really like Alolan Graveler for this cup, alright? Which is why Gucci Gang right here. Next level, okay? So any of the 3 teams you can use. The first team, I don't recommend so much. The second team, highly recommend. The third team, highly recommend, especially if you feel like there's gonna be more Snowy Castform. Guys, hit the like button. help me get to 500 likes in less than 24 hours on this video to tell me that you care about Silpharina content, you don't want to see it go away on my channel, you want me to keep doing it, and all the amounts of, like, all the time that I spent doing this was not wasted. Please, it's also a signal to the world that you care about Silpharina content, you think it's fun, you're passionate about it, and you will not let Battle Hero quit, or else. Put away the pitchforks, please! Please, I'm trying my best, man. I'm trying, please. So hit that like button, and also if you want to support the content, if you think this was valuable, if you were impressed by my team building skills, check out my Patreon. I do this for my Patreons. I balance their teams, I give them advice and stuff, and I battle with them sometimes, okay? I battle with them sometimes. So check out the Patreon. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys!